Imagine for a moment that every time you scratch an itch, someone whispers, "You're doing something wrong." Now imagine that itch isn't on your arm, but in your brain, a tangled mix of curiosity, biology, and emotion. That's kind of what the discussion around masturbation feels like. It's one of the most natural human behaviors, yet it's surrounded by centuries of myth, guilt, and confusion. So let's talk about it. Not with judgment, but with science, honesty, and a bit of humor. Because, well, we're all human. Masturbation, at its core, is simply self-stimulation that leads to sexual pleasure or orgasm. And it's definitely not a modern invention. Archaeological and historical records show that humans have been doing it for as long as we've existed. And we're not alone. Monkeys, dolphins, and even some rodents engage in it. So clearly, nature isn't clutching its pearls over this. Biologically, it serves as a kind of safety valve for sexual tension. When arousal builds, your body releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine and endorphins, the same ones you get from laughing, exercising, or eating chocolate. Think of it as your brain's natural relax and reboot mechanism. So, the big question, is it harmful? In moderation, the science is crystal clear. No. Medical experts, from the Mayo Clinic to the World Health Organization, all agree that masturbation is a normal and healthy part of sexuality. It doesn't cause blindness, infertility, or make hair grow on your palms. Yes, people actually believed that once. In fact, it can have benefits: stress reduction, better sleep, an improved mood, and a healthy awareness of your own body. Some research even suggests it can help with sexual function and release tension in a safe, private way without any risk of sexually transmitted infections. So where does the harmful part come in? That happens when any natural behavior becomes an obsession. Think about it. Like with food, social media, or video games, masturbation can become compulsive if it's used to escape from emotional pain, anxiety, or boredom. It's like trying to fill a psychological void with a physical sensation. Over time, your brain can start to rely on that quick dopamine hit, which can dull your motivation for other activities or relationships. That's when it shifts from a harmless habit to a hindrance. It is not the act itself that is harmful. It is the dependence on it as a primary coping mechanism. You might feel drained, disconnected, or guilty afterward, especially if it starts to interfere with your daily life, your goals, or your ability to connect with others. That's the real issue. Not the act, but the imbalance. So, what if you want to quit, or at least cut down? First, understand that quitting cold turkey rarely works for anyone. You're not battling some evil force. You're simply rewiring your habits. The brain loves patterns, and if your routine has included masturbation as a daily stress relief, it's going to protest when that's suddenly taken away. The key is to replace the function, not just remove the action. Ask yourself, what do I get from this? Is it comfort, distraction, a sense of control? Once you know the why, you can find healthier ways to fulfill that same need. Try exercise for stress, meditation for focus, or journaling and therapy for emotional clarity. You can't just pull out the weeds. You have to plant something new in their place. Tracking your triggers helps too. Notice when you feel the urge. Is it at night? When you're lonely? After scrolling online for a while, recognizing these patterns turns an unconscious habit into something you can consciously manage. You can also set small, achievable challenges. Maybe start with 1 day, then 3, then a week. And be sure to celebrate your progress without punishing yourself for setbacks. Remember, progress isn't a straight line, and guilt only feeds the cycle. If pornography is a trigger for you, limiting your exposure or using digital detox tools can make a huge difference. Willpower isn't about fighting yourself, it's about understanding yourself. It is also important to realize that quitting masturbation completely isn't some moral requirement or a marker of purity. For many people, feeling better is about reducing it, not stopping entirely. The real goal is self-mastery, not self-denial. It's about being in charge of your impulses, not controlled by them. Think of it like sugar. An occasional treat is fine, but living off it will leave you feeling sluggish and unfocused. In the end, balance is key. Culturally, we're still learning how to talk about this topic without shame or exaggeration. In some traditions, it's seen as a drain on vital energy or life force. While those ideas aren't scientifically proven, they do reflect an intuitive sense that moderation matters, that too much of any one pleasure can dull life as other joys. Whether you interpret that spiritually or neurologically, the core message is similar. Your energy is precious, and how you direct it shapes your life. So, to wrap this up, is masturbation harmful? Not inherently, but it can be if it becomes your main way of dealing with emotions, boredom, or stress. The solution isn't to demonize a natural act, it's to understand it. You're not broken for having sexual urges, and you're not weak for wanting to change your habits. You're just human, navigating the same complex biology and psychology that billions of others are. And if you ever feel stuck, talking to a therapist, especially one familiar with sexual health, can be a huge step toward clarity and relief. Ultimately, the goal isn't to quit pleasure. It's to choose it consciously. Life's richest joys, real connection, purpose, creativity, come when your energy is balanced and your choices are intentional. When you stop chasing instant relief and start cultivating deeper satisfaction, you don't just quit a habit, you rediscover yourself. And maybe, just maybe, that's what you were really looking for all along. Thanks so much for watching. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more content like this. Take care and see you in the next one.